Get it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, listen, man, listen. We are now entering my favorite time of the year, all right? Oh, Turner, you talking about the holidays? No, I'm talking about the time where I got relentless amounts of time to talk shit with my friends on the internet about something we know about. Ladies and gentlemen, it's What's Good America. We're going right into it. I am Chocolate Pudding. That is Smoother, Director Smoother, all right? Put some respect on that man's title. And man, the man on the drums, the man's on the boom paps over there, the solo artist who just so happened to join the Temptations, the David Ruffin of all of this, Darrell Huntington. Ladies and gentlemen, this is What's Good America, and we are blessing you with us. It's college football playoff time. It's time for these picks, and we're going to give them to you. Never mind my white shirt. I had to take the sweater vest off. I'm off work, so I can be myself a little bit. We into it. Y'all, we just going? Oh, y'all got something to say, or we just going?
I mean, listen, man, I that was a fire-ass intro. I ain't gonna even front, man. Here's the truth of it. America, obviously, we going game by game. And this has been a trio of guys that if you have obviously done your research that our 52 subscribers have done on YouTube, you do know that we have the ability to get things right. So I would say pay attention to what's going on. We're going to keep score, post it later. But, hey, maybe one of us is going to help you win the million. I don't know. With the three of us is damn sure going to try. That's
goddamn right.
That's where I'm at with it. Well, I mean, the two of us is going to try. I don't know if Director Smoother is allowed to.
Director Smoother can't gamble on college sports.
I cannot gamble.
And he will not. Listen, once Director Smoother has progressed to his next high-level position, I will have my NCAA rant. I'm not going to have it out of respect right now, but I will have my NCAA rant whether he's on the show or not. But out of respect today and what we got going on, I'm not going to say nothing about the NCAA.
All right, CT. Well, I'm going to let you go ahead, man. Let's go game by game. Let's run them down.
Game by game. Ladies and gentlemen, there's 41 games.
We're going to shoot through this.
We're going to knock them out. I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide anyway, but out of respect, I'm going to go through with my guys all these games. All right. Game 1 on Saturday, 12/16 at 9 a.m. My time anyway. Ohio Bobcats versus Georgia Southern Eagles. I'm going Ohio Bobcats because they got a better record, and I don't really know shit about the other two. I don't really know shit about either one of them. So I'm taking Ohio.
All right. I'll go. Go ahead, Daze.
What is the mascot for the Georgia Southern?
It's an eagle.
An eagle. Eagle's kind of fierce. A bobcat also kind of fierce.
It's that old school. It's like that old school Philadelphia eagle too.
Whoa. Yeah. That hood eagle. That's a good one. Yeah. I may go with the hood eagle. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the hood. You know what? I'm gonna go with the hood eagle.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm going mascots. Feelings over facts. Yeah, that hood eagle is a little bit ferocious. Bobcat, also a fierce animal, but that eagle, man, you can't sleep on that. It got wings, it can attack you at different angles, and they got talons. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
You taking talons over claws?
Talons over claws, bro.
Talons, baby. They got them talons, man. It's fierce. It's ferocious.
Hey, talons is legit. I too am gonna take Georgia Southern, but I'm taking it for the feelings reason of one simply. That's Eugene Phillips' alma mater. That is also A.J. Bryant's alma mater. Georgia Southern wins.
Okay. So
isn't that the other Adrian Peterson's alma mater?
The other Adrian Peterson's alma mater. That's correct.
Yeah.
And by the way, that is the Myrtle Beach Bowl. I forgot to say that initially. So that is the Myrtle Beach Bowl. All right. Next bowl, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, where they have the illustrious FAMU, Florida Agricultural, the FAMU, Tallahassee, Florida, stand up 850 versus Howard, Oh, oh, okay.
All right, I'm going first.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
This one is tough for me because obviously I have
you got family allegiance.
I got family allegiance to the Rattlers. Now I want to shout out my boy, Coach Arthur Ray, who coaches the Howard Bison, who is actually a former Spartan and came on after you, played O-line there. Mount Carmel's finest, Arthur Ray. But I got to go with the Rattlers. I think it just means a little bit more to them to have the 12-1. And, you know, got to shout out my Uncle Julian, man. So I got the Rattlers, man. But shout out to the Bison, though.
Go ahead, baby.
I'm going with the Rattlers. Uncle Julian, shout out. What's up, Unc? And I've been to Tallahassee for one of my birthdays. I went to a jazz festival. Had a chance to check out one of my favorite bands called the Suffers. And I did not know that FAMU was in Tallahassee, so sorry about that. I'm a city boy. I don't know geography very well.
Tallahassee, not the city?
I knew of Tallahassee, but I did not know where they were located.
He's from Philly. Basically, what he's saying
Philly,
is,
I did not know
outside his blocks growing up.
So yeah, in terms of where schools are located, that can be hit or miss with me. So I did not know that they were there, but I was pleasantly surprised when I had this birthday celebration and trip that I was right and smack dab in the middle of Tallahassee, and FAMU was there, so I had a chance to and you know, celebrate. It was a good time. So I am going with the Rattlers because of that. Feelings over facts, baby.
All right, man. I'm gonna go feelings over facts. Now, it's tough for me because Howard University is the birthplace of the most prestigious fraternity known to man. What's but no props given. Shout out to HU, but I got to go with fam. Hey, feelings over facts, man. And this is facts and feelings and facts. They're 11-1, a 6-16. At the same time, you never really know HBCU football, but I'm going with fam. Shout out to the home team, so I'm going with fam.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that was the Cricket Celebration Bowl. All right, we got the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, where you got the Ragin' Cajuns versus Jack State. That's the Ragin' Cajuns versus the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Jacksonville, that's in Alabama, not Florida, Duval County. Bays, you up.
I don't know. It's something about the Ragin' Cajun that just strikes me the wrong way.
A little racist.
I don't know what it is.
It's a little racist.
A little.
You can say it. You can say it. It's a little racist.
The girl.
It's still.
The girl. So,
like I ain't gonna lie, the image that comes to my mind when you think about a Ragin' Cajun is a white dude with some overalls and a shotgun. That's me.
I'm just saying, America, I'm just giving you my feelings, how things hit my mind and my soul. I'm not saying I'm always right. I'm always willing to learn. I'm just giving you my feelings. But that fact alone, or not fact alone, that feeling alone, I'm going with Jack State.
Right.
Just because I ain't feeling the mascot of the opposition.
I respect it.
When I think of Ragin' Cajun, I think of the coach in The Water Boy.
See?
That's what I think of.
Overalls, no shirt.
I think of the Mud Dog Bowl, you know what I'm saying, with all them guys. But Jacksonville State, you know, because I guess I should pick something out of Alabama. You know, I don't really know how much more I'm going to feel about any other team from Alabama that's in any bowls. But
it's about nothing but the Tide.
But, you know, I'm going to go with Jacksonville State because I just flat out think, they're beating some people.
I'm going to go with Jacksonville State, honestly, because it got Jacksonville in the name. That's it. I don't give a damn. It is what
it was
it is.
Easy.
Yeah. Avocados from Mexico Bowl is literally the name of the damn bowl. The Avocados from Mexico Bowl.
We'll shout out Avocados from Mexico.
And that is Appalachian State Mountaineers versus the Miami of Ohio Redhawks.
All right. I'm going to go first with this one because I've got a personal story.
Okay.
So you know how we was talking about Ragin' Cajuns?
Yeah.
And how we feel about that? Well, I'm going to tell a quick impromptu story about how to get to Miami of Ohio when you're coming from the west to the east. And Bays probably knows this because he's from that belt. But to get to Miami of Ohio, you have to go through backwoods Indiana. Imagine going through backwoods Indiana in a car with two Caucasian women and seeing the insignia of knowing that a family is in the KKK, which was candles in the window. And every other house you go to has about 25 candles in it. Praying to God, do not let this car break down because all three of us are dead. Ain't no way we making out of it. With that being said, App State. If they ain't got Ben Roethlisberger, I don't think I'm ever picking Miami of Ohio to win anything. Or Wally Serbiak playing basketball. I just don't know how I can do it.
And sweet. I'm going with App State too. So the inverse of that. So in the South, candles in the windows is one thing, but if you go through a town that got one too many American flags everywhere, that's the other kind of like, all right, we need to get the fuck up out of here, brother. Like, we can get gas in another state. But
so you saying in the South they basically replaced their Confederate flags with another American flag?
Yeah, like if you and that's the thing, like if you see a house with American flag, that don't mean much. But if you see like an American flag and then like the little American flags all over the front yard, and then I'm not gonna get to like the other things that they said in the yards, but like make America great again, like all that type of stuff. Like if you start seeing all that, then it's like, all right, we can get gas in the next county.
What you got, Bays?
App State for one reason alone.
They beat Michigan. I
knew back in the day.
I knew it.
So hey, I'm gonna roll with App State, baby.
Hey, so it's funny
they got a friend in me.
It's funny you did it that way because this is my reasoning for picking the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl with Fresno State Bulldogs versus New Mexico State Aggies. I'm going with the New Mexico State Aggies because they beat Auburn.
There it is. Hey, listen, I got Fresno State. And it's for one reason and one reason only. There's way too much stuff been going down there in New Mexico that's been negative. I'm not saying it's football team. They got some issues over there. I'm going Fresno State. And shout out my boy Johnny Hill.
I'm going Fresno State for one reason, and one reason alone. They had one of the best returners to come out of that university. That's Bernard Berrien. We had a chance to play them. Back in the day, we won. You know, we had Smoke, Duckett, Rogers. It was a great offensive battle. But Bernard Berrien got off. He played well enough to obviously add to his draft profile. So I'm going with the Dogs, man.
Hey, shout out B squared or B twice.
Funny story though, on my visit to Michigan State, I was like this close to fucking committing, not for the reasons that we didn't talk about off camera. We won't talk about that shit on camera, but like when we got up to the stadium, it was the coolest shit ever because like they had when there's smoke, there's fire,
there's
and like
fire.
they had Jeff Smoker and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
TJ Duckett looked like a defensive, like TJ Duckett looked like Darnell Dockett from Florida State, but was at running back. Like these two were the same cat, the same straight back braids, but one of them played defensive tackle and the other one was a damn near Heisman Trophy running back.
Hey, Bates, that was the great Big Ten era. That was the era of the fat backs because you had TJ Duckett,
Ron Dane,
and you had Liddell Betts at Iowa, and they were all dogs.
Penn State had big boys too. They had
Curtis Enos.
Curtis Enos was a chubby bastard. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was the big
back era.
But those cats could move too.
Yeah.
Like they were big, and then but they had wheels.
And then the last guy, I mean, he's older than him, but he was kind of the last of them, was Beanie Wells. At Ohio State. Beanie Wells, he was a hey, listen, hell of a college football player, as much as we all have our opinions about that university. Beanie Wells, he was that deal. He came
Shout out to Michigan State and basement parties and stuff that happened in basements in Michigan State and East Lansing and all that. It was a good time. It was a good time. We're gonna talk about it, but it was a good time.
It's well time.
Yeah. All right. So to the Star Code Brands LA Bowl, you got Boise State versus UCLA. I'm going with Boise State simply because of the Statue of Liberty play.
I like it. Chip Kelly
Come
and
on now.
Chip Kelly, I'm going UCLA. Simple.
I'm going UCLA. Brother Fred, Brother Marquis.
I'm
shout
definitely going to get some now.
Shout out 10WG.
I'm standing harder with Boise State. Yeah, I'm solidifying with Boise State because of those two.
Oh, that works, Baze. That's a great 3 list. We got Chris Marquis, Fred Holmes, Chip Kelly. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'm good with Boise State because of 2 of those names. All right. Let's see. The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. You got Texas Tech versus Cal.
Well, considering how close I am to Berkeley, it's very easily possible for me to pick Texas Tech. And I'm going to tell you why. Michael Crabtree, Graham Harrell, and R.I.P. Mike Leach, one of the greats. Texas Tech winning that one.
Put your guns up, baby.
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang. Oh, yeah, definitely Texas Tech. You got Mike Crabtree, one of the greatest receivers ever played the game. College football 2-time Blitnikoff winner, I believe.
Yes,
should have been drafted by the Raiders.
Dropping facts.
Shout out Patrick Mahomes as well too. Shout out Wes Welker. I mean, they've had some guys.
For some reason, I'm not sure why we chose. Was that Hayward out of Maryland instead of a 2-time Blitnikoff winner? I'm not sure what my Raiders be doing sometime with these draft picks.
I forgot about Darius Hayward, Bay. Oh man,
Al Davis, baby. Me personally, because y'all went with Texas Tech, I'm just Aaron, baby. That's good enough for me. I'm going with Cal.
And shout out Marshawn Lynch, man. I mean,
God. Man. Hey, in the words of Marshawn Lynch, I might get got, but I'm gonna get you before you get me. So I'm going with it. All right, in the famous Toastery Bowl is literally the name. The famous Toastery Bowl. Old Dominion Monarchs versus the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
Now, this one, again, you don't even realize when you're just trying to get your stuff together, I have personal ties to this because the Waltons are from Chesapeake, Suffolk, Norfolk, the whole Portsmouth, that whole area where Old Dominion is. But a lyric comes to mind, guys. The fish don't fry in the kitchen. The bees don't burn on the grill. It took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Western Kentucky's Hilltoppers, man. We trying to get on top of these hills. I got Western Kentucky.
Respect.
I guess I'm going Old Dominion. It sounds prestigious. I guess I'm gonna go.
I like the reason.
No wrong way to go in this game. Shout out ODU, man.
I'm gonna go with Western Kentucky mainly because my tie with them. Coach Brunkowski coached at the rival high school back home. He's now one of the coaches at Western Kentucky, so I'm going with Western Kentucky.
It is.
All right, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl with the Marshall Thundering Herd versus the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. I like cartoons, so I'm going with the Roadrunners. San Antonio.
I was thinking the same.
I mean, I think we were all on the same page with that.
Yeah.
But for the opposite reason, and sorry if I make this a bit, a little racy. I'm not sure why Wile E. Coyote could ever catch the Roadrunner. Could be some deeper, darker roots there.
Oh my God.
A message. Could be a message there. I don't know, America.
Message.
Message. These are all jokes. So I am going to go with what's the opposite team? I don't forgot the
Thundering Herd.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm tripping. Marshall, Randy Moss. What are we doing? Chad Pennington. Like, come on now, Marshall.
All right.
I mean, very tough for me, but I'm tell you why. First of all, Roadrunner is top 5 Looney Tunes character.
Ooh, that might be a show because I disagree.
We all know how I feel about R. Moss, the GOAT. but I just don't see Matthew Mahana. I can't even say his name. Matthew McConaughey. I don't see him coming through the door to coach Marshall in this one. Nope. I gotta go with UTSA, man.
All right. In the the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, you got the Syracuse Orange versus the South Florida Bulls. I was going to go with Syracuse originally because they had the coach who had the messed up hairline, and like I respect that because my hairline was pretty bad there for a time before I let it all go. But then I realized they picked up the defensive backs coach from Georgia to be their new coach, I believe. And I mean, first F-bomb on the show, but fuck Georgia. So South Florida, stand up. Tampa, Florida, baby. 727. There we go.
I'm going with Syracuse. Marvin Harrison. He's an alum of Syracuse. He played with my brother in high school. They were running back mates, backfield mates. And so, yeah, one of the greatest receivers ever do it, Marvin Harrison, baby, out of Philadelphia. Stand up. So I'm going with the Qs.
I mean, here's the bottom line. You see that hat Chris Turner got on.
Don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide.
One of these two teams in this game almost beat Alabama.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that team, South Florida.
Yeah.
Is Charlie Strong still coaching there, or am I so far behind?
Actually, Charlie Strong is at Alabama right now.
Damn it. I like Charlie Strong.
Love Charlie Strong. Shout out to Charlie Strong, man. I think we all got to say.
I can't even though he's wearing crimson and cream. I like Charlie Strong.
All right, so
Mays, I feel like doesn't like Charlie Strong that much. He'd put his face out the camera. We just said Charlie Strong 6 times. We like, hey, I'm cool on that. Look at him.
All right. The Union home.
No, I have to deal with a couple Tylers. They were battling the.
You got a house full of kids.
Yeah, sounds
the
like
Union home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. The UCF Knights versus the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. All right, I'll run through it real quick. Does Georgia Tech still run the triple option?
No, they don't anymore.
Oh, give me UCF. There we go.
Hey, between these two teams, one of them has a national championship in recent times. Give me UCF all day.
You don't stop with that.
I was going with UCF as well. For the fact that they were cheated. They were cheated.
Now they cheated.
They were cheated out of an opportunity. Those young men, they have worked their tails off to put themselves in position to play for a national championship. And the politics and systems at hand did not let them. So I'm going with UCF.
How does it keep happening to schools from Florida, Chris? Like, I don't even know how you could be, you know what? We'll say that we got more time to talk about that later in this show. We'll let that go. But it seems like a Florida school is always getting disrespected out of a national championship game. It seems to happen a lot.
Ever since we messed up the election years and years ago, like the Florida teams were getting screwed out of it. At the same time, we would have walked the mud hole in UCF sorry ass. Anyway, let's see. The Camellia Bowl. I can't make this shit up, but the Camellia Bowl. Northern Illinois Huskies. Hold on. Why we got you on there? Because I feel like I screw it up all the time, and I only lived there for a short amount of time. Is it Illinois or Illinois? From a true Chicagoan.
Which one feels better?
Illinois does.
Because that's correct. How dare
okay.
How dare you?
I had to ask.
Look at Babe. Baze has got his laugh on mute. That Illinois is like that's literally like somebody
don't feel right.
Just
I feel like Illinois is more natural roll off the tongue. It's kind of like Myers. And what's the other? It's like a bunch of different.
And it's Meyer. Come on, man! Like
I know this, but there are a bunch of different. Somebody, I guess it's like this meme going around of stores or things that we add S's to, and by we, I mean, mostly probably black folks. We. Yeah.
It's
I
all
love
good.
America.
I think I might have
All of
to
America.
start calling you Mike Bazmore, since Illinois sounds better. Clearly, Bazmore does not sound. Come on now. Okay. So
Illinois is the correct pronunciation, but Illinois, it rolls off the tongue better. It just does. I'm forcing myself to. I'm stopping short. It's like you're stopping the route short when you say Illinois.
I mean, you're not wrong. He's not wrong.
It just sounds better. I know the correct pronunciation. I'm just saying it just sounds better.
You're both wrong.
Myers sounds better.
Let's just leave it at that. You're both wrong.
You're both wrong.
Now back to who we picking for this game. Clearly, because of that, I obviously have NIU. There it is. I don't even have to go into it. I need to defend Northern Illinois because of the fact I got two guys here. Oh, you're talking about Illinois.
I mean,
So give me the Huskies all day. Shout out Chatone Power. Shout out Garrett Wolf.
Shout out Chatone. Man, I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Shout out Michael the Burner Turner, man. They've had some guys come through there. Shout out PJ Fleck as well, too.
I'm gonna go A-State mainly because I like a red wolf. Like that sounds cool to me. So
that's fair.
NIU, baby. NIU. They got one of the best ADs one of the best ADs in the country. Shout out to Sean
insider
Fraser.
knowledge, baby. Inside knowledge.
Insider knowledge.
The 76th Birmingham Bowl, not the 76th, like the gas station 76, like 76 Birmingham Bowl. You got the Duke Blue Devils versus the Troy Trojans, and give me Troy all day.
I will also take Troy, and I take Troy for two reasons. One, this is football. Their quarterback from Duke just transferred to Notre Dame. So there's one. And then two, if Mike Bazemore, to me, was a NFL player, not himself, he would be DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware is a man of Troy. Baze's game definitely reminded me of DeMarcus Ware. So it's an ode to Baze, ode to DeMarcus Ware. I got Troy as well.
Yeah, I would go with Troy as well. I was thinking, I was going to get a football perspective, and yes, they lost their quarterback. He won't play in the game, so obviously that's going to diminish their output. So yeah, we'll go with Troy.
I mean, if they had Daniel Jones, maybe I'd go with Duke, but
On a side note, shout out to Troy. I guess because we got a connection to all these damn schools now that I'm starting to realize it. So shout out to Troy. Their linebackers coach is the greatest Ed White linebacker of all time. He is one of 3 players to ever get their jersey retired.
There you go.
So shout out to Bam Harmon. He went to the University of Florida. He played for the Dolphins for a little while. The man, he was such a man in high school, they stopped calling him by his first name, and his name just became Bam Harmon. So if you look on Rivals, like it's Bam. That's it. Like, so shout out to Bam Bam, who's now a coach at Troy. So I got Troy, Ed White, green and gold lemon heads. All right. The Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. You got Air Force. You got Air Force versus James Madison Dukes. I wonder who Walt is going with.
I mean, you want me to go first? You want me to go second? You want me to go last?
I want you to go first. You going first.
Well, clearly, when you're named after a slave master, kind of in you to kind of, part of you just goes, it comes out of you, But in all seriousness, this bowl game, here's the football, and maybe I'm still in Baze's Thunder game. Maybe that's why I should let him go first, and I could have used the slave line. But this is a team that was basically not going to get a bowl, and now they got a bowl. So what you think they're going to do? James Madison, all day.
Go ahead, baby.
America, baby. America, I'm going with Air Force.
Oh, Lord.
America. It's all about America, baby.
Does Air Force still run a triple option?
I'm sure they do.
Oh, then give me Air Force.
I feel like I feel like every service runs the triple option.
Yeah, and I'm a hater, so give me Air Force.
That's all right. I clearly know who's going to win that one, so appreciate that, guys.
You got the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, the Utah State Aggies versus the Georgia State Panthers.
Well, I'll go first.
Please.
I learned a couple years ago, if you pick against Georgia State, they will mess up your bracket. So I'm taking their football team.
Okay. Bays?
You said Georgia State, and who was the other team?
Utah State versus Georgia State.
Okay.
Do you want an Aggie or do you want a Panther?
Pretty much.
What's an Aggie again?
I think it's short for an agricultural student. I don't know. I mean, is that what the Aggies are at A&M?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
I'm not exactly sure. I know what a Panther is. So I'm gonna go with something that I know until I am proven otherwise. So Panthers all day, baby. I would love to have a Panther as a pet, but I don't want that to eat me or my family. So we'll leave them in the wild where they belong. But Panthers all day, baby.
And I'm going with Georgia State. We're unanimous on this one because I don't know what an Aggie is. Like, so yeah, because Texas A&M has a dog. Like, they got Lassie, right? Like Lassie, who comes on the field with them sometimes. All right, whatever. All right, the 68 Ventures Bowl, not the 68th, but there's a company called 68 Ventures Bowl. Eastern Michigan versus South Alabama. The Eagles versus the Jaguars. I'm gonna stick with Alabama on this one because I purely know nothing. I like South Alabama jerseys. I do like that. So I'm going with the Jaguars on that.
The only team and institution that is Division I that we respect are the Spartans. You hear me, America? Any other Division I team or institution in Michigan, we don't respect it. Okay? So obviously I'm going with South Alabama.
God, that was hurtful. Like that, you meant that. You meant that.
I mean, he has base 99.9% of the time, but I mean that really had some base to it.
That was sincere.
First and foremost, I want to shout out the greatest Eastern Michigan alum of all time, Charlie Batch. And with that being said, South Alabama is who.
All right. The SRS Distributed Las Vegas Bowl. You have the University of Elaine Bennis, the University Northwestern Wildcats versus, ain't no way in hell y'all winning this, versus Utah. I'm going with Utah. They're going to beat the dog shit out of Northwestern.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even know that Northwestern was bowl eligible.
I didn't know either.
I did. I've been waiting for this moment. I have been waiting for this moment.
Oh my goodness. I'm going with
I've
Utah.
been waiting for my 2 minutes to talk about anything successful in my football life.
They're going to beat the dog shit out of you.
Extremely strong program over the last 5-10 years.
Over the last decade, they're going to beat the dog shit out of you. They're going to beat the education out of these motherfuckers, man.
Utah is going to win this game pretty soundly, I would imagine.
Oh, please, Walt. Go ahead.
Oh, it's the floor mine.
It's all yours.
Let's talk about. I'm not going to take too long, America, because we still got a few more games to pick, obviously. But let's talk about arguably maybe a top 5 coaching job in the entire country. We were hit with a scandal. We lost a tenured All-American, Hall of Famer, a legend who had won 2 Big West titles just within the last 4 years and was within a horrible quarterback performance of beating a starting quarterback in the league that is so beloved by multiple people on this podcast and millions of people in the city of Chicago. and our coach found a way to put us within one game of winning the Big Ten West. It is the most underrated coaching job of the year. And the reason why we're going to win this game is because Kyle Whittingham is exactly who we thought he was. Every time we think Utah's going to do something and they get ranked, you know what they end up happening to them? Exactly where they at. They playing in the December 28th bowl. And if anybody knows about beating up teams in December 28th bowls, it's the Northwestern Wildcats. This is what we do. And I'm telling you right now, since they're going to get thwacked, can we do this? Northwestern wins this game. You both on your next podcast appearance have to wear something from Northwestern. I will send it to you personally.
If I'll do you one better. If Northwestern wins, I will go out and buy it.
And Baze, if you just
so
can't
question how much credit. Now, yes, that's a great coaching job, but let's have a deeper question. We don't have to answer it today. When an institution or individual puts themselves in position of their own volition to have infractions brought upon them, how much can we celebrate, I guess, them correcting what was wrong in the first place?
Amen.
I'm not talking about the infractions. I'm talking about the fact that we lost recruiting time. We lost all these things to put out any type of product on the field. And that
as a result of their actions.
Hold on now. Don't bring us if we're gonna really talk about actions,
oh my God,
we could have a different show when it comes to institutional actions. I have tried with my heart to leave that alone.
I did not.
I don't know. I just don't know if institutional action coming from this part of the camera
I digress.
is something I can really.
You know what? We're gonna move on.
I just asked the question.
We're gonna move on.
Vegas does not have to wear Northwestern because that's just I can respect that. It's just impossible for him not wear anything green, black, or white. But Chris Turner, you got a deal.
I'll wear some socks. Like I wear some
that could have went down a real
purple
bad
socks
road.
is good enough for me, Baze. Just show one purple sock, and then you can burn it.
Shout out to James Madison on the third for being the bigger man because that could have went down a real dark path if he wanted.
Yeah, this is a happy time.
To walk.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we good, man. You know, we literally we're going to talk about just the coaching situation there, but. Yeah, Michigan State hasn't had Michigan State's had it rough. Like that's why they haven't really gotten punched on this show because we don't punch down.
No.
We don't punch down. It's been a tough ride.
It's been a tough year. It's still a rough year. Looking at our men's basketball team.
Yeah, speaking of James Madison, no wonder you didn't pick him in the bowl. Bang bang.
Oh, okay.
It's personal. You're right. It's personal.
The easy post Hawaii Bowl. San Jose State versus Coastal Carolina. I'm going with Coastal Carolina because they have the top 10 uniforms in the country.
Yeah, I just like the idea of Coastal Carolina. I feel like
the Chanticleers.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like their school, the colors, feels like a home. I get a home feeling when I hear Coastal Carolina. Maybe because it has coastal. Yeah, I said coastal. Maybe because it has coast in their name. I think of the beach, the waves, the water. So I could be completely off base with this one. But it
sounds good though.
It sounds good because it sounds good, like it rolls off the tongue. I'm gonna go with Coastal Carolina.
I want to shout out Jamar Leaf, one of the great Coastal Carolina linebackers to ever play there.
Who the fuck knows all of this?
He was my teammate in Bloomington and one of the coolest dudes. Loved him, man. Hell of a football player. With that being said, I live in San Jose State.
Well, I feel like you doing, with that being said, is your version of Lee Corso. Not so fast, my friend.
Hey, if we can get a patent, maybe I better get that patented real quick.
That's your version of it. All right. The Quick Lane Bowl. All right, this one I don't understand. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers versus the Bowling Green Falcons, but Minnesota does not have 6 wins.
That means basically when you start seeing that, CT, it's a lot of teams that
They didn't have enough teams that were
Okay.
bowl eligible. So I think, as I'm recalling, there's an exception to allow for teams that are 5 and 7 to fill up all these bowls they got. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Could be wrong, but I
and
think
some teams just say no too. You never know. I know there's been some teams in the past that have said, "Nah, we're not doing nothing." You know, so you have that too. So I'll lead with this, picking a winner. I'm going to take Minnesota because I'm just a PJ Fleck fan. Let's just call it what it is. I think PJ is one of the great college players, and he's had that. He's had some ups and downs, but I think that they're going to win that game just purely because I just, you got to love guys that coach at Jordan's, man.
I was like, base.
so. Minnesota versus who's the other team again?
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. Ooh. Bowling Green. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I guess I'll go with Minnesota. Minnesota. Fellow Big Ten team. I guess I'll give the nod to the Big Ten team.
Me
on
personally,
this one.
I'm gonna go with Bowling Green because in 2005,
you're a hater. You're a Big Ten hater.
Well, that too. But in 2005, Bowling Green had the coldest playbook on NCAA, the video game. They had the coldest playbook. So if you took the Bowling Green playbook and you put it with any like actual Power 5 conference, you couldn't stop them because all they ran was rub routes and goals. So I got Bowling Green.
Yeah, that's Urban Meyer all day too, because Urban Meyer is Bowling Green.
All right. In the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, the Rice Owls versus the Texas State Bobcats. I'm going with Texas State because it reminds me of Necessary Roughness. So I got Texas State.
That's funny. Rice. They have the quarterback that is in his 10th year, right?
Yeah.
Or is he playing, or did I see something that he got injured of some sort?
I don't know if he got injured. I don't know if he transferred again or what, but yeah, this is the same cat that was at Georgia.
Probably osteoporosis.
I guess I'll go with I'll give the nod to the grown-up that will be taking snaps. I'm not sure what's going on in Division I world. You got student athletes, they are in their 7th year.
Career students.
7th year, their 3rd or 4th school. It's just craziness. I'll go with Rice. I'll go with Rice. Just because I think the quarterback is, I know the quarterback is older and more experienced. So we'll go with Rice.
I got the Bobcats, and it's just as simple as this. This ain't baseball. That's the only thing I know Rice is good at.
True. We got the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, and I'm going to try to speed through some of these because some of these bowls are ridiculous. But the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, UNLV versus Kansas. I like Kansas, bro. I don't know what it is, but I have a deep affinity for Kansas. Will they ever win big time? They'll sneak a game here or there whenever, but I don't ever see them winning the conference themselves. But I like where their team is right now, so I'm going with Kansas.
Kansas for me, rock chalk. Normally I don't say that because it's basketball season, so I really, really felt like I might have just taken a devilish thing inside my body saying rock chalk during basketball season. But I got the Jayhawks on the field.
I'll go with Kansas too. Maybe I just feel like they've been beat down so bad in football. I want them to do well. I don't know for whatever reason. I just want them to do well.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We go with Kansas.
We got the Military Bowl presented by GoBowling.com. The Tulane Green Wave versus Virginia Tech Hokies. I'm going with Tulane, but when the hell did Tulane get good? Because it's been the last 3 or 4 seasons where they've had 10 wins. in a row?
Well, I will tell you this. It started with my man, Coach Willie Fritz. He is the turnaround. And I played against Coach Fritz. Coach Fritz used to coach in the MIAA base. He was at Central Missouri for a number of years. He was the guy that was getting all the stud JUCO guys. Delaney was one of his last guys he got. Delaney Walker, Todd DeVoe, who played in the league from down there in Miami. So that's why I got Tulane all day, man. Coach Fritz's influence on the program. I think he's at the University of Houston now. But, you know, Green Wave, got to let a name.
Yeah, the MU. Yeah, I mute myself. Let's go with Tulane, baby. I just like the colors. That green is cool. It's not as cool as obviously, you know, the alma mater, but cool colors, a strong name. Yeah, they have been pretty good over the last 5-10 years. Well, no, maybe like 5 years. Let's go with Tulane on this one. Yeah, about 5 years. Tulane.
The Duke's Mayo Bowl, West Virginia versus North Carolina.
I can go first. That's why I wrote these down, guys.
I'll go only because he's the greatest basketball player of all time. I'm going to go with North Carolina. And I ain't even got to say his name. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, GOAT Jordan. I can say his name. And shout out arguably the greatest football player to live of all time. Also went to that school, Lawrence Taylor. However, when you know that the quarterback is basically going to be the number 1 and number 2 overall pick, which means he's not playing in that game, it was basically academic for me to take West Virginia. They're playing for more.
I'm going to go with North Carolina because I'm interested to see what color combination they go with the jersey. So I got North Carolina.
They do have the Jordan unis, though. I mean, it almost comes to the point, Bays, where, you know, when Major goes on his tour, you know, you taking us with you.
Oh, we all going.
You know, we need to go to UNC and we need to go to Oregon on his recruiting trip so we can get a pair of dope-ass Jordans. You know what I'm saying?
Like Denzel said, I'm leaving here with something.
Jordan's for the team.
For real, I'm leaving here with something. I'm not leaving empty-handed. All right, the DirecTV Holiday Bowl.
Oh, starting to get the bowls that we know.
All right, you got USC versus Louisville. I'll knock this out. Let me go with Louisville because Louisville has a pipeline through the state of Florida. Because Louisville did what UCF, USF, and like all those smaller Florida schools should have did a long time ago, and that's those kids who didn't go to Florida State, Miami, and Florida. Louisville just grabbed them all, and they're still doing it to this day. That's why if you look at the Louisville roster, you're always going to see about 25% of that roster is from Florida. So give me Louisville.
I got to go with Louisville as well, and for one reason only. The reigning MVP, or one of the reigning MVPs of the National Football League, one of my favorite players, happens to be a quarterback.
Fresh.
Lamar Jackson.
All right, I'm in the past.
Got to go with Louisville.
Clean sweep with Louisville. Plain and simple. The Heisman Trophy winner's not playing. He's moved on. Just, you know, sometimes it's just football.
All right, the Tax Act Texas Bowl. You got the Oklahoma State Cowboys versus the Texas A&M Aggies. Me personally, I can't go for A&M. You just fired your coach. Your entire D-line has either entered the transfer portal or they're not playing. Your starting quarterback is not playing. Your starting running back is in the transfer portal. Two of your receivers are in the transfer portal. Oklahoma State has one of the best rushing attacks in the country. Give me Oklahoma State.
You know, as you ran down all that football, I just changed my pick to Oklahoma State. Let it be. I didn't know all that was going on. I
Yeah.
was gonna go with, you know what, new coach, new energy. But yeah, you can't have new energy and have your team is in a transfer portal.
Yeah, bro. Like
I don't know how much energy you can
No, you
have to
can't do nothing.
overcome your players being
Hey,
not available.
changed my mind very quickly, very easily. Give me the mullet all day. I'm good. That was
I was
easy.
going to go with one of the greatest sound bites in history, even though the
I'm a man.
backstory is that it was very negative on that quarterback that he singled out. But I was going Oklahoma State for that reason, just because of that sound bite, the polarization of that sound bite. I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm 40.
Which I am 40 currently, and I happen to be a man.
There you go.
Yes.
I get it. Mind you, by the way, because I got 4 months till I'm 40, I've been using like I'm a grown ass man a lot these last couple of days.
Feels good.
I'm like, bro, oh, it feels great. Like, hey man, don't play, man. I'm almost 40 years old, man. Don't play.
Hey, when that 4-0 hits you, when we do your birthday episode, bro,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be like, yo.
Don't play with me like that, man. I'm almost 40, bro. All right. So we got the Wasabi Fenway Bowl with Boston College and SMU. SMU is back, baby. SMU for me.
SMU for me. Pony Express. That's easy for me. I'm rooting for
I'm on the same accord. Pony Express.
Hey, what would have happened? What would have happened to SMU if they would have had the NIL rules in the 80s? That's a hell of a show we might be just from. Go back and look at all the programs from our past. Like, what would they be?
I'll say this real quick and then I'm going to move on. If NIL existed during the Pony Express, you never get Texas. Alabama is nowhere near anything. LSU might be suffering, and Oklahoma never wins a national championship.
Dallas is a swell time. I've been there a couple times. I can see why.
It's a good time.
Swell time.
Damn good time. Yeah.
Swell time.
The Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. The Miami Hurricanes versus the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Rutgers got a bowl game?
Yeah.
Man, this is getting depressing because my school is not in a bowl game. Man.
Your school's not going to be in a bowl game for a while, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Y'all look like it was the next big thing, and it turned from sugar to shit real quick. Meanwhile, we're on the rise in the West.
No, you are not. There is no more West. There is no more East. It is strictly you got to play ball every Sunday when you show up the next season. And hereafter, no divisions. You got to show up every week. To that accord, I'm going with the U.
I'm going with the U. I'm not feeling it.
Let's move on.
Let's see. In the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
The Pop-Tarts Bowl. That's the bowl I want to play in. What's good, Pop-Tarts?
Like, and here's the thing. Walt, no disrespect, but like, you get gifts in bowl games, all right? And like, it's whoever the sponsor is that give you gifts, and like, it's all their logos and all that shit. So, like, do you just get like a lifetime supply or like a bag full of Pop-Tarts or all this other shit? Like,
Chris, if
you're reading this all wrong. Kellogg is a strong brand, right?
Hey, Chris,
it didn't say Kellogg though. It didn't give you all the Kellogg brand. It gave you just Pop-Tarts.
Turner, can we be brand?
It could be the off-brand Pop-Tarts, but I think Kellogg did they?
Yeah.
Did they coin the name Pop-Tart? Not like pastry.
So it's not like it's not like the Duke. It's not like Duke's mayo. Like they just gave you Pop-Tart. So like Pop-Tart, like the Pop-Tart money from Kellogg's is the only thing that's involved in this.
Oh yeah, man. Poptarts.com. I'm over here just Googled that real quick. But Turner, can we be like real about it? Like,
please.
You know good and well this would have been one of those bowls you'd have been up for. If we talking about Alabama, Chris Turner.
Yeah.
Man, please.
I'm all over it.
Like, give me everybody Pop-Tart. I know what time it is.
Run it. Drop the bag. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna need all that and then some. But who we got playing in this one?
So you got Kansas State and you got NC State.
I think I'm gonna double check it. I'm over clicking on too much stuff. I took Kansas State. I don't know why, but I did.
Give me NC State. Base.
Let's go with let's go with Kansas State on this one. Kansas State. Reason why? My dog James Terry. I go with my dog James
shout
Terry.
out
Kansas
JT.
State.
Good. I
Yeah,
like
shout
that.
out
Kansas State.
JT.
Yeah.
I love the fact
105
that we have a
finals.
connection to every goddamn. I love it.
JT, Darren
Yeah.
Sproles, L. Roberson, one of the coldest. You talk about a three-pack of
Coldest.
college football that was unbeatable. Them three
Offensive offensive weaponry that we've seen. How
Ladies and
many
gentlemen,
bowls we
those
got?
of you-
How many bowls we got left? I got I'm getting a call from the missus.
Well, if you got to roll, you got to roll, man.
Yeah, you got to roll. We'll
finish it out, bro.
Yeah.
Or you know what? We can call a break right here and we can come back and finish it. It ain't no thing.
So we'll run through one more and then we get to like the bigger bowl. So like this will be the last small bowl and then we'll call this the show. So last bowl, the Valero Alamo Bowl, Oklahoma Sooners versus the Arizona Wildcats.
Ooh.
So yeah, now it's starting to get real. So this is a good place to cut it off too.
Well,
Okay.
I'll go first. This is easy. Quarterbacks in the transfer portal. Their entire O-line's in the transfer portal. And Gronk went to Arizona Wildcats.
Beige.
I'm going with Arizona, man. Yeah, I'm going with the Wildcats. I mean, back in the day when they had their basketball teams running,
Bibby.
I'm gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with them, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Wildcats on this one.
Yeah, and with the quarterback being gone for Oklahoma and the entire O-line being gone, I'm still going with Oklahoma because I feel like the second string could still beat the shit out of Arizona. So I got Oklahoma.
Yeah. So let's do this, America. We're going to pause it right here. All of us got kids and responsibilities and jobs, but we're going to come back and finish up these picks because at least with these, we got them in. We got to make sure that Chris and I go send our Capital One Bowl picks. We're going to try to win $1 million and really buy some for real gear to do this podcast right. But we're going to sign off here. I'm going to say give me a minute to finish up because we got to let Bays go. But to be continued with our last picks as we get to the big games.
Hey, make sure you check us out. Follow us, Instagram, YouTube, all that shit. Subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Knockout Fitness, KO Smoothie, Rebel Coffee, Kirkland Vodka, the Montana State. But all that being said, the same question I asked y'all tonight is the same question I ask anytime I get a chance. And that question is, Walt, what is that question? Because it's been a minute.
What's good, America?
What's good, America? Stop the motherfucker. Take this.